I ain't got no say-so over it. I just go out there and I try to do my job.
DeVonta, this will be the third game, I think, this season you and AJ will play together. I mean, still kind of growing. I mean, I know you played all season last year. Are you still kind of growing and learning, what you guys can do together this year?
Yeah, every year is different. Every week is different. So every week you're trying to, see what you have going for that week and, try to build off of what you did last week.
Sirianni and several offensive players talked about the need to get plays in faster, to get going faster. From the wide receiver end, what's the role in helping that?
Getting to the ball. I feel like it starts with everybody. It starts with us getting to the ball faster, not walking out of the huddle.
As a Louisiana guy, what's your insight on Malik Neighbor?
He's a nice player. I've been watching him for a while. I love what he's doing. Hopefully he's back this week because I do want to see it. Looking forward to seeing it. But great player. Young guy, has a lot of energy, and I know right now he's playing very well.
And DeVonta, AJ has talked a lot about, and a lot of players, about how everyone wants to see this perfect game, this big explosive performance on offense. Do you see you guys getting closer to that, and how hard is that to achieve on a weekly basis?
I'm going to say this. There's no such thing as a perfect game. It's not going to happen. Everybody wants to see a perfect game. You're never going to see a perfect game because it's never going to happen. It's the NFL. Everybody's professionals. Everybody makes mistakes. Even the greatest make mistakes. So you'll never see a perfect game, but we're definitely trying to get close to it. I think we're building in that right direction, and we just have to keep doing that.
What's that look like?
Getting out the huddle faster so we can, have time to react to things. We won't be scrambling to try to rush and do things, and just going out there just executing.
What have you seen? Obviously, if Dallas can't play, a guy like Grant Pacatera probably gets more opportunities. What have you kind of seen from him over the years?
You've been saying that every day with Grant. Even when Dallas was here, the plays that he makes in practice. It's all about opportunities and things like that. And now he's going to get it. And we have full faith in him. We know he's going to make those plays.
Hence, Cleveland, tempo was a big part of it. Why do you think tempo makes you guys play with more of a sense of urgency, a little bit sharper?
I think we play a lot better when we're going fast. So less thinking on our part, and just us going out there just executing and playing fast. And I think it kind of gives the edge when you say tempo. Everybody, it kind of registers everybody we're going faster.
On your touchdown against the Browns, I mean, it could have been Saquon, it could have been not. They had a lot of defenders in near the line of scrimmage. How have you noticed Saquon's influence and what it frees up for the rest of you?
When you have a great guy like that in the backfield, that's what's going to happen. But that team specifically, that's what they do. They play cover one, they play zero. They put a lot of they trust their guys to be one-on-one. They have a secondary that's very good. So that's their identity. So we knew going into the game that's what type of game it was going to be.
And how are the Giants different?
They play a different style of defense. Certain down and distances they play, cover one and things like that, but completely different structure.
How different is it from last year with Wink and this year changing a little bit of philosophy?
Oh, last year, Wink, everything was one, everything was zero, everything was a blitz.
Are you expecting some of that to come back, given that there's a degree of success?
I think we can expect that every week. No team that we've played so far has, realistically kind of done what they did on film. Like every week they go against kind of what they do. If they do it, they do it differently. So we know we're not going to, when it got to the point where we know we're not going to get what's on film. So we just have to kind of be ready to adjust on the fly.
Why do you think that is, DeVonta, that you're getting those different looks from what they're showing?
I don't know, but I think just being, a smart man would just be like, oh, I ain't going to do what I did on film these past few weeks. I'm just going to switch it up. Nah, I don't think nothing's wrong with that. I think it's kind of a smart thing to do.
Do you do that as an offense?
Yeah, you do. But majority of the time, offense, you're kind of, dictating your play calls off of them. Because, you can't just call something and then they're in the coverage. They're playing a certain coverage and it's not going to work. So you have to call what you think they're going to play, what coverage they're doing, what you think is going to work.
And is it this year, especially, like you guys are talking a lot about that, how this defense is disguising every single week. Is that happening more this season than maybe in the past?
Nah, I think that's the game of football. We're all pros. You have to disguise. If you don't disguise, guys are going to pick you apart.
There's a phrase I've heard often in here is player-led team. What does that phrase mean to you?
You know, guys, whether it's, you know, guys leading by example, guys being vocal and leading. You know, the coaches can only do so much. Yes, it means a lot when the coaches say something, but it means a lot more when, you know, one of the guys in this locker room say something, or you're watching the guy, he's always doing things the right way.
When you talk about, like, playing off what you see from the defense, is that kind of standard what y'all have done in recent? Is that more this year? Is that partly why, you know, you're maybe slower to a play, trying to see what you got in front of you?
I think that's just football in general.
Yeah.
Like I said, you can't just go out there and be like, oh, I'm going to call this play when you know they're playing cover 4, and you call something that's not going to work against cover 4. So I think it's always been like that. You have to call based on what you think they're doing.
Obviously, like, a difference this year is you guys have Saquon and stuff, so, like, I know you haven't really had the whole offense together and everything like that, but, like, how much, you know, can you make them pay if they're, like, focusing on stopping him or vice versa? You know?
Yeah. You know, as a receiver, that's what we want. We want people to focus on Saquon because it just leaves us one-on-one. But, you know, sometimes some teams, they don't like to do that. They like to, you know, worry about the passing game and try to depend on us running the ball. And some teams try to take away the run game and just be like, oh, that'll be us with passing the ball. So every week you just have to kind of go in and see what it is. And, you know, once you get into the flow of the game, you kind of understand what's going to happen, how it's going to be.
How long does that take usually? Like, can you tell pretty much right away what they're trying to take away?
Not right off bat, because they may come out first series, do something, next series, do something different. So I would say probably about second series, third, you'd probably be like, okay, this is what they're doing. Are they sticking with it, or are they doing something differently?
To now have, like, 2 games where all of y'all, I mean, Saquon involved and AJ and you involved, does that kind of give y'all more answers, I guess, into a third time?
I would say the answers would be what they're doing. I don't think, well, I'm not going to say I don't think that, but when you get out there, you know, they're going to do what they're going to do. I think regardless of who's out there, they're going to do what they're going to do, and you have to go out there and just be able to adjust to that.